You clearly show that you don't care to be employed because you mentioned your employer in a negative light. This is essentially hate speech. Let's just call it what it is. You mentioned your employer in hate speech in the same vein, and now you're complaining that there's consequences. See, freedom of speech is not revoked in this country. There's this notion that freedom of speech is being attacked. No, everybody can say what they want to say, especially with this phone. You can get it to thousands to millions of people, billions if you have that type of motion. But freedom of speech does not constitute freedom of consequences.
Jaden Ivey, guard now with the Chicago Bulls. Well, shoot. Not anymore.
Guard with the unemployment line.
Jaden Ivey, man. If nobody knows who Jaden Ivey is a basketball player, shooting guard for the Chicago Bulls. He got traded from the Detroit Pistons this year during the trade deadline. He had a lot of things to say regarding his beliefs as a Christian randomly on live. If I can find the video, then I'll put it up. But oh my God, like what's really happening right now? I mean, Jaden Ivey is under fire right now. There is two conflicting sides either defending him or not even really chewing him out, but more so of hoping that he gets the help that he needs, because a lot of people believe that he may even be going through some type of mental health crisis or nothing, but he got online on Instagram Live randomly these past couple days, but definitely since Monday. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, so this happened on Monday, March 30th, and he spoke about, having the freedom to be able to say the things that you want to say or believe. And he brought up the LGBTQ community and how the NBA embraces that community, has, a night dedicated to them, and how a lot of people get condemned over their, I guess, beliefs about their lifestyle, or just everything, and how they correlated with Christianity, with the Bible, with how God supposedly hates them, or they hate God. I mean, it's so loaded. How do we even get into this?
We could get into the beginning. I knew something was off when he came out at, 24?
Just about.
Around 24 years old. He got hurt, of course, by Cole Anthony. And he said willingly, I'm not the same J.I. that I once was prior to injury. 24, I get it. You may not have it right now, but the highway to you getting back to that, or some semblance of that, we've seen it happen with other guards before. And with medicine and with technology, you can get back to your former self. Shoot, Jason Tatum just dropped 32 on the Hornets after coming back 10 months from an Achilles injury. So it's possible. KD is breaking his scoring records after tearing his Achilles at a later stage. So technology has made it possible for you to reach the heights that you once were, or to diversify your game. And he said that willingly at 24 years old. I said, okay, red flags. Okay, you got traded from Detroit to Chicago, and you're young, and they also needed another shot creator and playmaker. I wonder what that's about. All right, cool. So I'm minding my business, and a group chat pops up. You know what I mean? Me, my boy Quest, shout out to Quest, and my boy Cam here. And Jaden Ivey just comes out and says, like you said, that the NBA supports their whole month, and where he completely lost me. First of all, let's just humanize it, right? Everybody who's listening to me has an employer, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. I'm an entrepreneur, and I still have to answer to people, right? If you are a CEO of an Apple, you have to answer to your stockholders or your stakeholders, or however your business infrastructure is set up. Regardless, you do not have full control and total autonomy of your business, regardless of who you are. So you mentioned the people that actually pay you, and you said that the NBA is championing people of a certain sexual preference. And then you come out to say they hate God. The generalizing has to stop. Just overall, right? You don't know every gay person, right? You don't know every queer person, or however the alphabet is set up. I don't want to be disrespectful to those people. They've already dealt with whatever they got to deal with. If the NBA decides they want to do that and you don't agree, here's an idea. Shut your ass up. You don't gotta say nothing. You see, this phone has allowed so much beautiful things to happen. I remember when I used to have to buy my mother, I used to have to buy her contact cards for her to call and have minutes to our people back home in Haiti. I'm of Haitian descent. I had to do that. And it came to a place called WhatsApp. Now she is able to freely talk to our family back home in Haiti. No contact card. It's great. Technology will continue to evolve. But this has also tricked a lot of you into thinking that because I have this platform that I have to speak on everything that goes on. You may not agree with it, you may agree with it. But there's a third option, and that's just to shut your ass up. Especially if it's going to affect your bottom line, especially if it's going to affect your generational wealth. Now, I came out and said as soon as it happened, maybe this is what he wanted. Maybe he doesn't care, because he came out and said the Pistons aren't going to matter on Judgment Day. All right, bro, I hear you. They aren't going to matter, right? If you do follow Christianity, it says that every man will have to answer for everything that they've done throughout this life. Great. But when you get released from your employer, don't come out and have an Instagram live and say, oh, that's not true. I'm not detrimental to the team. That's what I want Jaden Ivey to know. Don't sit up here and try to blame the Bulls for letting you go, because there's consequences to hate speech. It just is what it is, bro. So we got to stop it. Like, if he's going through, his mental health crisis, you now have liquid $10 million. I want people to know that majority of you listening won't make $10 million in your entire lifetime. He has $10 million. I don't feel bad for him. I don't think you shouldn't either. Now, I want him to get help, but he has $10 million and 10 million ways to get help. What he chooses to do with his funds is up to him. But here we got this article up here. It says Joe Cowley, I believe he might be covering them or whatnot. I just want to give him his shout out. Dan Wolken. It says before Ivy even stepped foot on Chicago soil, there were rumblings from Detroit that the shooting guard was a preacher, quote unquote. They undersold it. His interviews became sermons in which he was asking reporters if they've been saved and if they fornicated before marriage. I want you to go to your job. I don't know if you work at McDonald's, if you drive trucks, if you work at a gas station, if you're in tech, whatever you do. I want you to go up to your next coworker and say, hey, bro, you be fucking? And wait to hear what they say. They're going to look at you like, nigga, what you just asked me? And if they decide to go to HR, that's your ass. Yeah, you're going to be in the unemployment line, right? Because there's a certain amount of professionalism whether you want to put religion in it, whether you want to put religion out of it, that you must upkeep at your place of business, because you have to answer to somebody. You're not going up to your boss asking them if they had sex. That's none of your fucking business, regardless of religion or not. Pardon my French, but that's none of your business, bro. And that's detrimental, because your team now has to ask about it. They're already asking your franchise guy and Josh Giddey, who's having an excellent season, hoping that you get the help that you deserve, right? And they're trying to build something in Chicago. And no disrespect to you or your religion, bro. I love God you know what I mean? I'm tapped in. I grew up in church, all of that. But you got to keep a certain amount of professionalism up. You're not only going out there and talking for yourself and for your family. You're representing the Chicago Bulls, and beyond that, the very employer that you mentioned in the NBA, you're representing them as well. So if they decide, they're at will employer, if they decide to revoke your contract, so be it. I don't feel bad for bro.
Yeah, the way how I look at it really is just, again, we're at a time where a lot of people, as you said, we have phones, and folks feel like because we have phones, platforms, and followers, that we can just say whatever.
Exactly.
And if we believe it, then it's truth.
Right.
When the real actuality is you have to be responsible over yourself, meaning what you say, what you do. That doesn't mean you don't have to believe what you believe.
Right.
It's just imposing that now at that point is an issue. There's a reason why a lot of folks have an issue with certain agendas being pushed in the world. It's not because they exist. It's because they're being imposed on individuals who may not want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so why can't that be used across the board? I don't understand this notion that just because you believe it and just because you put God attached to it, that it must be said. No, it doesn't have to be said.
No, it don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do that.
You don't.
Nobody asked for Jaden Ivey to say anything. Nobody was looking for Jaden Ivey to tell them that they hate God.
You should have stopped at Jaden Ivey. No one was looking for Jaden Ivey.
That's another thing too, because you brought that up yesterday as far as like
Yes.
Jaden Ivey don't have the juice to even do that and stay in the NBA.
Listen, we saw what happened 4 years ago around this time. Kyrie Irving lost his Nike deal. Kyrie Irving was suspended damn near indefinitely, and they gave him a laundry list of things to do. He damn near had to twerk on IG Live.
And he ain't even say nothing.
He didn't say nothing.
He didn't say
But this
not
is
one
a
thing.
multiple-time All-Star who in that same season, I believe, dropped 60, and the most efficient 60 points we've ever seen against the Orlando Magic. I remember it like yesterday, and y'all had him do all of that for a link. What did you think Jaden Ivey was going to do?
Come on, man.
Listen, as soon as it dropped, me and you said what? I hope he bilingual.
More, boy,
I hope he bilingual.
Boy.
Yeah, to get the Rosetta Stone ready.
you will find yourself in Lithuania.
And I think it took, what, 2 hours? Yeah, it took 2 hours from when, as soon as we saw it,
If
me
that.
and you said it.
If that,
Bruh,
bruh.
took a look at him. Well, you not like that. You ain't filling up these seats. Kyrie had shoes. He had people filling in the seats. So he brought monetary value and eyes to the franchise. And they looked at it like, damn, we can't let him go. But we can't just fold like that because there's a certain type of divide that he's bringing, regardless if it's a link or not. The NBA, you can't attack a certain group of people. That's their market. Gay people like basketball too. Same way that Michael Jordan say Republicans buy shoes, gay people like basketball too. You can't attack this certain amount of people, and I'm trying to market to them. And you're like that? You can barely get off the bench off this deep ass guard rotation they got in Chicago? Yeah, nigga, go ahead and speak Spanish.
But it's
or Greek.
But it's also just like, again, I don't understand like why is everybody so gung ho to attack whatever community? Like the KKK believes what they believe.
Yeah.
Do they need to be out here just spewing their rhetoric?
Yeah, they can't.
And should that be looked at as freedom of speech and just let it rock?
No.
Do you think that black people, Asians, whoever,
Minorities,
when they
period.
see the KKK say whatever they say or do whatever they do, they should be cool with that too?
So-
Because the KKK believes that's truth as well.
So if somebody on your franchise spoke the KKK's rhetoric, do we want to allow him to rock with freedom of speech?
Come on, man. Like we gotta really like find a way where things can be respected across the board. I think that a lot of people tend to use God's name in a way to spew what they have in their heart or what they feel. And then if it's backed by the Bible, then it's great. But my whole thing is, bruh, at the end of the day, respect, love, empathy, understanding. Those 4 things right there, bruh, can make the world a better place. Because at the end of the day, we all don't know each other.
No.
We all don't know what everybody goes through.
Right.
We all don't know nothing about each other.
Right.
Right? Respect, understanding, love, empathy. And this is not to say that you need to agree with everybody, because you're not going to agree with
No,
everybody.
no. We talk every day. Sometimes we don't agree.
Yeah. But respect
Right.
and understanding
Yeah.
by themselves
Yeah.
could create the grounds for, actually, no, I even reverse that. Love, even forget even love. Empathy and understanding can build love and respect.
I agree.
Empathy and understanding. When you can take yourself out of your own beliefs,
Right.
your own feelings, your own whatever you want to say, and just say, man, we humans, dog. Like, we all got different paths in life.
What do you say to this? I think, how can I say this? I think we've not lost it, but I'm gonna say lost it for lack of better terms. I think we've lost our curiosity from the standpoint of maybe I might be wrong in this certain instance. Let me hear out what they have to say. We do it every day without knowing. Uh, I I specialize in what I specialize in, right? Culture, hip hop, sports, which is, you know what I mean, which I know me for prior. I specialize in those things. There are certain things that you and Quest know that I don't know, that you can see that I'm reading what y'all are saying and taking it in.
Yeah.
I can't have an opinion on some shit that I'm not specialized in.
Right.
Because you don't ask the judge to come change your fucking tires. You don't ask to be prescribed from the plumber. You don't ask him to prescribe you no medicine. You can't know everything. So sometimes be curious, understand what's going on. I wonder why. And maybe try to talk to somebody with some sense over there on the other side. And you still may not agree with it, but at least you tried.
And I just don't understand, too, like, how can you say God is love and then
Spew
don't...
hate. And spew hate.
It's the most confusing thing to me.
I don't understand.
You don't have to agree.
Let's keep it a stack bundle. God ain't run with nobody that was overly Christian.
Come on,
He
man.
ran with 12 sinners and one of them backstabbed him and got him on the cross.
Yep. And then right after that, another one was gonna slide for him and start killing and slice the dude's ear off.
Shout out to Peter. He literally slid. After God said, this is what you gonna do, my nigga. No, bro, I ain't finna.
And slid.
He was a crash out.
Cut
right?
buddy ear off right then and there.
And that's a sinner that crashed out for God. And that same person, you talking to somebody who's read up on the Bible, in the Bible camps, all that. That same person said, yo, I'm not even worthy to be put on this cross like God. Upside down me, nigga. So it's like, that's the type of people that God ran with. And he had to gain understanding from the sinner's standpoint. How can you go to the church where everybody got it figured out? You don't want to talk to no sinners? You don't want to talk to the street nigga in the YN off the corner with a switch? You don't want to plug God into that? But you want to spew hate. How can you do that and then want to welcome them with open arms? You can't welcome them with open arms because you're too busy shoving.
Yeah,
that's my point.
I don't get it. I mean, not even just to stay on this Jaden Ivey topic that long. We'll definitely get off of this. Like, in closing, man, just practice the art of just
shutting the fuck up.
Yeah, bro.
Shutting the fuck up.
Just
That's
practice that art sometimes, bro. Just shutting up doesn't mean that you are bowing down
or complicit. So you say.
That doesn't mean that. That just means, bro, everything don't need to be said.
I want to protect me and mine. But I could come kick it with these teammates on the side here if I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but they also going to see my life, but I'm not going to push them away. They still may do what they want to do, but at least I got in their ear with love, though.
Yeah, man. And it just doesn't make sense to go at anybody for any other reason besides, man, if you harm me, if you harm mine, then cool.
But you still don't generalize it.
Yeah.
If Johnny crashed out on me, I'm not going to say everybody that's Johnny's color is Johnny.
I'm going to flip everything. Like,
yeah, no, that's not how it works.
So stop. You don't have to impose your truths or what everybody else or a group of people may think is the truth, bro. You don't have to do that. You can still be a Christian. You can still be whatever. You can still believe whatever you want. You can still feel how you want. You can still disagree on what you want without having to do that.
I agree.
Literally, you don't have to do that.
I agree.
You don't have to do that, man.